Hi, Loazi. I hope that you're well. Thank you for your question regarding sequences. This is quite an interesting question. So the first question actually asks, write down the value of the 191st term of the sequence. So if you look at your sequence, it goes 0, minus half, 0, half, 0, 3 over 2, and you can see that it's not really following a particular sequence altogether, so we need to split this up into two sequences. So the first sequence is actually going to be 0, 0, 0, 0, etc. And the second sequence is going to be minus a half, half, 3 over 2, 5 over 2, and 7 over 2. So you can see that the odd terms form their own sequence and the even terms form their own sequence. So the first question asks, write down the value of the 191st term. So 191 is an odd number. So the value for that is actually 0. Because all the odd numbers sequence, all the values are 0. So the answer is 0. And then we have the next sequence question, which is asking the sum of the first 500 terms. Now here we're going to be using the SN formula. So I'm going to write you 1.1 and then 1.2. So we're going to use SN. So obviously, if it's 500 terms, it's actually going to be 250 of the odd terms and 250 of the even terms. And we know that the odd terms are all 0. So the sum of the 250 odd terms will actually equal to 0. But we need to then work out the sum of the 250 even terms. And there we're going to use the SN formula. Now, if you look at the even terms, we can see that they all have a difference of I'm sure you were saying something there. And the difference, yes, is not half, it's 1. So each time we have a difference of 1, we are adding 1. So we're going to use the SN formula for the sum of an arithmetic. So this is an arithmetic sequence. And the sum formula for an arithmetic sequence is Sn equals n over 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. So S of 250 is going to be 250 over 2 times 2, and a is the first term, which is minus half, plus 250 minus 1, and the difference was 1. So we then end up with 125 times minus 1 plus 249. And you can calculate that for me. Yes, the answer is in fact 31,000. And because the 250 terms for odd is 0 and even is 31,000, the answer then is in fact 0 plus 31,000, which is then in fact 31,000. So I'll just write that here on the top. So I'm going to say S500 equals to then 31,000, because 0 plus 31,000, which is then equal to 31,000. I hope that makes sense and it helps your understanding. Feel free to ask further questions and have fun trying similar questions on the Watobi app related to sequences. All the best.